Hey guys, this is Cam315 and I'm back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another One Piece anime episode review for you guys, and we are here with One Piece episode 1007 episode review. And this episode again seemingly felt like a fast-paced, quick episode, but it still had some more content in store. Well, not as much story, but more content compared to a few other episodes. So, let's get into it. So the episode starts off, and again, the main function of this episode, or the main title of this episode, was was titled with the events that took place in the main hall area with Queen and everything. So we obviously know that Queen's just been annihilating everybody, whether it's samurais or other Beast Pirate members with the plague rounds of the Ice Oni, and it doesn't freaking matter. We see it to where freaking other people, other Beast Pirate members are like, Queen, why are you shooting us too? We're your friends, man. And Queen's just up here just laughing, doing his... He later does the zuma, 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 which it's freaking hilarious. I love when he does that shit because it makes me want to freaking do it with him. But obviously, if you remember last week, one of the four Wano bosses, I forgot what region, but I forgot his name. But one of the four bosses actually got hit with one of the Ice Oni rounds because he got cut by one of the Ice Onis he was going up against, and half of his body is essentially turning into an Ice Oni. Now, he's telling old man Hio, that he's essentially going to commit seppuku, aka he's going to kill himself. But obviously, old man Hio's like, whoa, do not do that. You remember what happened at Udon prison. There was the same thing that happened there, and we found a cure. We can find a cure here. Which we then cut over to Chopper, and Chopper's explaining to Brooke and Robin, like, this is going on, like, way too much, and everything. And he goes on to make the mentions, like, because what happens is, I believe it's Brooke asks Chopper, like, is there any way you can, like, make an antidote to heal these guys and cure these guys? And Chopper's like, listen, we're fighting right now. We're in the heat of the battle. There's no chance in hell I can freaking come up and, make a cure to save these people and to turn them back to normal. As well, on top of it, I don't have the particular antibodies to freaking start the cure. But I would guarantee if this dude, Queen, made obviously the plague rounds, he would obviously have a cure, an antibody cure to reverse the effect, and stuff like that. But anyways, as we go on, we see Zoro attacking some Ice Onis, again Brooke, Chopper, and Robin attacking some Ice Onis, and stuff like that. And even some other samurais and stuff like that attacking some Ice Onis, but they get attacked, they go down, and then they just get right back up, but they seem like they're getting a little bit more icy, or a little bit more bluer in a way. And we kind of find out from we kind of find out from Queen here is the fact that essentially what these specific plague rounds do is essentially, the more they get down, the colder they get, and the colder they get, obviously your body can't maintain at least room temperature to stay warm, and essentially he's freezing them to death. And Queen says, well, they have about an hour to live after they get shot, so yeah, essentially this game is like, I forgot what it is. He said it's like Ice Oni tag, and this is his little freaking game and everything. Now now we cut over to actually Scratchman Apu. He's trying to escape from all of this crap because he's not trying to freaking get it turned into an Oni. Now Queen sees him and he's like, hey Apu, here. He throws him this little vial, and he essentially says, oh yeah, just to let you know, everybody, that guy over there has the antibody cure to cure this disease and everything. And everybody's like, huh? And Scratchman the Pooh's like, come on, man, I thought we were friends. Why are you giving this away? And essentially, you know, Queen's like, if you want to save yourself or save everyone, you'll go get that freaking antibody cure and stuff like that. Oh, and Apu, if you happen to get caught and you lose that vial, well, you will die. So either or, it's a freaking no-win situation for you, which I find completely hilarious on the standpoint, and it's deserving of Apu to finally get something he rightfully deserves. Now, we see Chopper tell Zoro, we need that. Can you please go get that? And Zoro obviously is chasing, and you have a huge group of people, these pirates and samurais, and even Zoro, and even Drake's in on this. They're chasing after freaking Apu to get that cure, so then they can be able to turn people back to normal. I'm just thinking the Beast Pirate members want to have it so they can use it on themselves, just in case, because that's how selfish they would be. Yeah, that's kind of where it stops there. Next week we'll go more in depth with that. So yeah, we cut back to the top of Onigashima, and obviously we pick up with the scene where after Kaido's like, okay, yeah, it's time to die now. I'm done playing around. And we continue on. Now, Inararashi and Nekomamushi, Cat, Viper, and Dogstorm, they go in for an attack. And Kaido is just blocking him with his freaking club and everything. And they seem like they're very powerful attacks. I'm not going to take any away. The animation looked great on those attacks. And they look like, oh, they're going all out with these attacks. Kaido's just holding them back. He's getting pushed back a bit. But Kaido just deflects them and just essentially, I guess you can say freaking swings them into the freaking like a bat, like a baseball bat, swings them into the rocks. And essentially we see Inarashi and Nekomamushi deform from their Sulong forms. So I think you can consider them done for the rest of this battle against Kaido, because they're depowered. They're probably weak at a weakened state. They're definitely weakened now. They must have used damn near all their energy to try to do what they could in this attack, and Kaido just swats them away like freaking flies, and they deform and they're back to their base states. They're not in their Sulong forms, and that only takes it to mean like, okay, yeah, these guys, they're done for good. And Kaido's walking up essentially saying, well, it's time to die. You turn your two fluffy friends turn out of their Sulong forms. It's time to get who's next up. Who's ready to get slammed to the rock before I end up killing you once and for all, and stuff like that. And obviously, the scabbards are like, oh shit, we are dunzo. The only thing we can hope for is luck. At this point, again, like I said, I won't be shocked if it looks like the scabbards are about to die, and then that's when Luffy shows up to have his rematch with Kaido. But that's where we go from there on. There. Then the last bit of the episode pertains to the pickup, leaving off the scene after Yamato saved Momonosuke. Now, obviously, the thing is, Yamato goes on to say, listen, I'll protect you guys. I'll even protect you too, Shinobu. Now, Shinobu's actually shocked, like, wait, how the hell do you know my freaking name out of anything? And essentially, the thing is, what happens is Sasaki is just like, okay, just light these dudes up and kill Momonosuke. So you have these freaking beast pirates just essentially launching cannonballs after cannonballs after cannonballs, gunshots, cannonballs. And essentially, Yamato standing in front of Momonosuke and Shinobu, protecting them with her backside and everything. Now, I'm guessing what she did is she hockeyed up her back, I guess. She just hockeyed up. Because I envision she can use hockey. She must have hockeyed up her back to at least take most of the attacks a lot better, because I don't freaking see... I don't see how without hockey she could have taken all those attacks. Unless she's very insanely strong. Now, we know she's Kaido's daughter and everything. But I highly doubt, in terms of the One Piece world, unless you hockey your body up, you can have at least a layer of defense against cannonballs and gunshot wounds and everything. So I would envision that she hockeyed up her back and just protected them. But still, after the explosion clears, we can still visibly see Yamato has been taking some damage, and it affected her. It affected her at some point. But anyways, she freaking is seeing this. Obviously, Shinobu and Momonosuke, they're all shocked, they're shocked that Yamato is still upright and everything and still standing after this. And essentially, Yamato's like, the reason why I know you is because I remember the speech you gave at Odin's death, at the boiling pot in the past 20 years ago. I was there as a kid watching this entire scene, this entire thing happen with Odin and him dying and everything. We actually do get a cut back from the Flash, from Yamato's perspective, of the standpoint, that when we know, because she said this earlier to Luffy, that she was inspired of what Odin did. Odin's death essentially inspired her and everything. We get, a scene after obviously Odin's death and everything, after Odin gets shot in the head, and everybody's saying, if it wasn't only if it wasn't only hard boiled and stuff like that. And we actually pan over to Yamato and we see tears on the ground, and we see Yamato at that point in time was so inspired by Odin, she started obviously crying and everything, because she was like, this dude was a great guy. Like, why is my father killing him? And stuff like that. And they essentially, she was still wearing the mask and everything at the time, so Yamato still wore the mask. Again, like I said, I'm guessing now Yamato says she takes the role of Odin and calls herself a man, but you have to also wonder if Kaido, like I said, Kaido at some point thought it was stupid and accepted it, but still I do think in some cases Kaido sees having a daughter as weak, in a way, because that seems like Kaido's personality of saying, I'd rather have a boy or a son compared to a daughter, and everything. But the mask kind of gets zoned out, and we see under the mask, we see the tears of Yamato when she was a kid and everything, how it hit her really hard about this whole Odin thing and stuff like that. And obviously, Yamato tells Momonosuke, listen, I'm going to protect you guys, and I'm going to save you guys, and I'm going to fight alongside the Kozukis, and stuff like that. And that's when Momonosuke asks, I'm like, who are you? And essentially, obviously, Yamato's like, I take the name of Kozuki Odin, but my other name is Yamato. And that's where the episode ends off, and that's where we go. So next week, seemingly it's going to be, I guess, the focus on the next week's episode, seemingly going to be a focus on Usopp and Nami against Page One and Ulti, and stuff like that. And funny thing about the freaking next episode preview, they showed a shot where I guess Ulti's gonna freaking headbutt the hell out of Usopp, and it shows the skeleton Usopp freaking breaking. The skull of Usopp breaking. It reminds me of that time when Usopp was fighting Alabasta, and he literally got hit by essentially a metal bat and still got up to live, and it broke his entire damn skull and everything. I'm like, oh, I'm definitely going to see telling myself next week that's going to be a callback to the Alabasta arc, in terms of Usopp taking a very blunt hit to the head. But next week seems to be interesting. I definitely did enjoy this episode. This whole chase scene with Apu is going to be interesting. And again, I definitely did like the Yamato content we got in this. Again, like I said, she so far, from what I saw, seeing Yamato was one of my favorite characters already, and I haven't seen much of what Yamato can do and stuff like that. But I definitely did like the fact that she was willing to tell Shinobu and Momonosuke, like, yes, I call myself Kozuki Odin, but my true name is Yamato, and stuff like that. And again, just to get more perspective on, in the scene she was at when Odin died, that was crazy. Again, I still want to see like a Yamato backstory of how she was raised and everything, and how, her her relationship with Kaido was after that whole incident and stuff like that. I'm guessing you could say Yamato wasn't really happy with um, Kaido and was probably like, "Why'd you kill him, Dad? Why'd you kill such a great man?" And Kaido was probably like, "What in the hell are you talking about?" and stuff like that. So yeah, but I enjoyed this One Piece episode. Can't wait to see what happens next. Especially with the fact that we're gonna get Nami and Usopp versus Ulti in page 1. But we'll see where that goes. Again, leave a like if you like this video. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of One Piece. Again, do not post spoilers for what happens next in the future, because I do not read the manga. I'm an anime only, and I want to be spoiled free for these upcoming events. As well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more One Piece content, as well as any of the other anime content I upload to the channel. Till then, guys, I'm going to get out of here. See you guys later. Peace.